Welcome back to No Passport Required, where you can travel the world from the comfort of your favorite chair. You know that picture of the Canadian Rockies, right? The iconic shot of a turquoise lake with the towering peaks of Banff and Jasper in the background. It's stunning, no doubt, but it's also everywhere. It's the photo everyone has. So what if the most unforgettable adventures, the stories you'll be telling for years, are hiding in places you've never even heard of? I live to get off the beaten path and find the real wild heart of a place. Today we're ditching the crowds. We're going to explore 3 of Canada's best-kept secrets, parks that serve up raw, world-class adventure without the conga line of tour buses. And I promise you, one of them is hiding a secret so spectacular, most travelers will never ever see it. So, if you're tired of the postcard view everyone else has, if you're looking for a story that is 100% yours, then stick around. We're forgetting Banff. We're going to find Canada's real hidden gems. Let's be real, the term hidden gem gets tossed around a lot, but our most famous parks are feeling the love a little too much. The beauty that draws us in is getting strained by its own popularity. Trying to find a quiet moment at Moraine Lake can feel like a competitive sport. That feeling of true wilderness can sometimes feel, well, managed. This isn't about knocking those incredible places, it's about celebrating what lies just beyond the horizon. This is for the explorers out there, the ones who believe the best rewards come after the biggest effort. It's for people chasing a quiet so deep you can hear your own heartbeat, and landscapes so strange they completely change how you see the world. That kind of magic isn't on the main road, and our first stop feels like it's on a different planet entirely. What if I told you that you could walk on a piece of the Earth's mantle? No metaphor. I mean, you can literally walk on the dense, rust-colored rock that was torn from deep inside the planet. To do that, you have to go to the west coast of Newfoundland to Morne National Park. This place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, not just because it's beautiful, but because its geology is laid bare for all to see. The park is like a living textbook on how our world was put together. At its heart is an area called the Tablelands. It's this massive, rust-colored mountain desert, shoved up to the surface when continents collided millions of years ago. Hiking here is just profound. The ground is stark orange and mostly barren, totally unlike the lush green that covers the rest of the park. It feels like you're walking on Mars, and it's one of the very few places on Earth you can experience this. But Morne is a park of wild contrasts. Drive just a few minutes from the barren Tablelands, and you can find yourself in a deep freshwater fjord carved out by glaciers. This is Western Brook Pond. You hike through bogs and forest, and then, suddenly, the world just opens up. A boat will take you down this landlocked fjord with 1,000-foot cliffs shooting straight out of the water, striped with waterfalls so high the mist vaporizes before it even hits the bottom. That's the deal with Morne. Its remoteness is what keeps it so pristine. You don't just stumble upon it, you have to want it. You have to fly to Deer Lake, one of the easternmost points in North America, and then drive out to the coast. But the reward is an encounter with the very architecture of our world, a landscape so ancient it puts your own life in a powerful new light. From the ancient rock of the east, we now slingshot all the way to the continent's edge, the wild, living coast of British Columbia's Vancouver Island. When people think of BC, they usually picture mountains, but I think its untamed heart beats to the rhythm of the Pacific. This is Pacific Rim National Park Reserve. Now, some of you might know Tofino, the world-famous surf town, but the park is so much bigger than that. It's really a trinity of wildness made of 3 distinct parts: the endless sands of Long Beach, the maze of islands called the Broken Group, and the legendary, life-altering trek of the West Coast Trail. Long Beach is where you feel the raw, unfiltered power of the ocean. This isn't calm, gentle water. This coastline is famous for its ferocious winter storms and the kind of waves that have shaped both the shore and the souls of surfers for generations. You can spend a day just walking for miles on the sand, discovering tidal pools teeming with life, or hiking the rainforest trail on a boardwalk that winds through a world of giant moss-covered cedar and hemlock trees. But for the real adventurer, the magic is hiding in the Broken Group Islands. You can only get here by boat, which means this archipelago of over 100 islands is a kayaker's dream. You can paddle for days through sheltered bays, camp on empty shell beaches, and feel like you're the first person to ever lay eyes on the place. The only sounds are the cry of an eagle and the splash of a seal popping up to say hello. And then there's the West Coast Trail. This isn't just a hike, it's a 75-kilometer pilgrimage. It's a grueling, multi-day backcountry journey that takes you through ancient forests, over suspension bridges hanging above raging rivers, and along rugged, windswept beaches. It's known as one of the toughest and most rewarding hikes in North America. Finishing it is a badge of honor you carry with you forever. Pacific Rim demands your respect. It's a place of humbling scale and constant motion, a sharp contrast to the beautiful but static mountain lakes of the Rockies. Here the landscape is alive, and it has a funny way of reminding you that you are too. We've walked on the Earth's core and stood at the edge of a continent. If you're already dreaming of your own Canadian escape, drop a comment and let me know which of these gems you'd hit first. Your ideas are what fuel these journeys, but don't go anywhere because that secret I promised you is next. And it's hiding in a place you would never think to look. Alright, about that secret. To find it, we head east again, to Quebec. When you think of mountains in Canada, your mind goes west. But deep in the Gaspe Peninsula, there's a range of peaks that looks like it was plucked right out of the Rockies, the Chic-Choc Mountains. And right in the middle of them is our final hidden gem, Gaspésie National Park. This park is like an alpine island floating in a sea of forest. The scale here is surprising, with over 25 peaks that top 1,000 meters. It's a rugged, windswept place where trees are twisted into gnarled shapes by the harsh winters, and snow can stick around well into July. But the park's greatest treasure, and its most fragile, is a small, unique herd of woodland caribou. It's the very last herd that lives south of the St. Lawrence River, and this is where we find our secret. To see it, you have to hike Mont Jacques-Cartier, Quebec's second highest peak. The trail is a challenge, a rocky climb that lifts you above the treeline and onto an exposed, tundra-like plateau. The views are just immense, a sea of mountains in every direction. If you're lucky, you might even spot the elusive caribou grazing on lichen. But most people, even the ones who make this tough climb, miss the real show. Because for just a few fleeting weeks a year, usually in late June or early July, something incredible happens. The harsh, rocky ground of the tundra puts on a silent, brilliant fireworks display. This is the secret, the mass bloom of rare arctic-alpine wildflowers. Tiny, tough flowers like purple saxifrage and snowy cinquefoil, species that normally only grow in the high Arctic, burst into life. They create this living carpet of purple, yellow, and white against the gray rock. It's a miracle that depends completely on timing. Show up a few weeks early and you'll just find snow. A few weeks late and it's all gone. It is a stunning display of life's refusal to quit, a secret reward hidden in plain sight, waiting for the traveler who knows exactly when and where to look. So, we've learned you can walk on the bones of the earth in Newfoundland, you can kayak through a lost world of islands on the Pacific coast, and you can find a secret garden blooming on a remote mountaintop in Quebec. The true magic of Canada isn't just in its most famous pictures. It's out there in the places that challenge you, the ones that are hard to get to, the ones you didn't expect. Forgetting Banff isn't about disrespect, it's about respecting your own hunger for real discovery. It's about finding a story that hasn't been told a million times over. It's about earning your view. So I have to ask, what's your hidden gem? It doesn't have to be a national park. It could be a trail, a lake, a forgotten corner of your world that means something special to you. Share it in the comments, and let's build a map for the real explorers. Thanks for coming with me. If you have enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. If you have a suggestion as to where we should go to next, please comment below. Until next time, keep looking for those places less traveled.